Hey everyone, it's Duc, founder of Developers Academy. In this video, I would like to show you how you can create a floating button like this. Now you look at this project, you see this is the an image from the Google Inbox app. Okay, we don't have time to implement the whole app in a short video like this, but we want to show you is how we can implement this button right here, because I see that a lot of trend of the app design right now is that there's a very key feature that they want to create a button like this, and then when the user scrolls, then this button always stays at this position. Okay, or you can do something like when the user scrolls, then the button will disappears. But this button is over in the view, on the view like that. Okay, and when we click into the button, then these buttons will animate nicely like this. Okay, in one of our course, the how to build interactive social networking course, we also have a button like this, but the animation is slightly different. The animation in that course, we use something exactly like the Google button, the floating button. But in this one, it's kind of like fluid. Okay, the animation is a little bit more kind of like artistic, maybe. Okay, so let's download the starter project right down below. You will see a link for you to right down below. Click the button and download the starter project. It will ask you for your name and email so that I can send you that starter project and future video tutorials weekly. Okay, so let's go ahead and download the starter project. Okay, I hope that you download the starter project, and when you open the starter project, you will see something like this. Okay, it is not like normal project, Xcode project, because in this one we are using CocoaPods. CocoaPods is a very nice way for you to add dependencies, or in other words, is a third-party libraries. In this one, we're using a third-party libraries called floating buttons. Okay, and CocoaPods is really nicely allows us to do that. Alright, now when you download the starter project, maybe when you open that, and when you open that, don't open this blue icon, open the white icons. Okay, the only difference is that the white icon had all the third-party libraries. Okay, if you're not familiar with CocoaPods, then check out the post with the link below. I will include that link for you to how to create CocoaPods first. Okay, not create, but install CocoaPods on your MacBook. Okay, so now when you open this project, maybe it will ask you, you will see some error. So first you will need to go to terminal. Okay, open terminal. Here we go, we'll open terminal, and then what I'm doing is that I will reinstall the project. Okay, I will reinstall all the projects necessary for this CocoaPod, for this project. And here we go, this is my terminal. Let me increase the size a little bit. Okay, so this is my starter project, and when you go to the starter project, you see that there is a file called pod file over the project navigator, and you click into that. This pod file includes some of the statements that we'll need to include. Go to CocoaPods, include these third-party libraries, things like the liquid floating action button. Okay, and the GitHub library URL and the branch of that. Okay, and the framework, the platform iOS 9.0. Okay, that thing allows us to tell CocoaPods that which library, and in this case, which branch of the library we are using. Okay, so we will need to go to terminal like that, and then I will literally change the directory by going to cd or change directory, and then I will drag out my project like that. Okay, and it will give me the URL of the directory. Okay, and then we're good to go, and we'll see that this is my iMac, and then we are in the starter directory. And what I want you to do is click pod install and press enter when you provided that you already installed CocoaPods. Okay, then when you install CocoaPods, change the directory, type in pod install, press enter, goes back to the library, goes back to the project, and open this file, and we're good to go. Okay, so let's do that first, and then we'll come back and then we'll work on the project. Okay, I hope that you are good to go. So now let's open the view controller. Okay, in the main storyboard, we don't have anything special. We just have that image and set up with all these things. Okay, and you want to have a look at the pod files, you're always welcome to do so. So now in the view controller, what I want you to do first is that import that library. Okay, so let's import the library first. This library is called import, okay, liquid floating action button. Where is it? Okay. So I will import the floating action button and let's build it to see how it works, to see if it works. Okay, because it will need to run every third-party libraries first, and then that's why when you just start import liquid floating action button, it will kind of like has an error for you. Okay, that should be good. Now let's go into the body of this class, because what we want to do is first we want to have the cells. Okay, the cells is those other button, those smaller button. So we have var cells equals an array of liquid floating cells, and I will initialize that to be an empty array first. And I also want to have a local floating button so that we can maybe things like close that button, collapse that button, and open that button. Okay, floating action button, and that is liquid floating action button. Okay, next in the view.load, I'm going to create a function called create floating buttons. Okay, and this is the function that we'll need to write below here. So let's write that first. Oops, I forgot that the font is terribly small. So here we go. There we go. Good. Alright, so in here we're going to create the floating buttons. And to do that, let's implement this create floating buttons. Okay, func create floating buttons, and I'd like to make this private. Alright, so first we are going to cells.append a new cell, a new button cell. So I will call create button cell, and I will name this IC cloud. Okay, now what is this IC cloud and what is this create button cell? And that is the method we are going to write, func create button cell. Okay, and this button cell, it will ask for the icon name, okay, which is a string, and will return the liquid floating cell, like that. Okay, and in here we will have to this is the IC icon cloud. Okay, it's already included in your project like this. Okay, good to go when you download the project. And in here we will just return liquid floating cell, and this is the icon, and the icon have an image, UI image named, and the name is icon name. Okay, and we also have to ungrab this because the UI image, it returns an optional, and this icon just has the UI image to be ungrabbed UI image. Okay. So in this create floating buttons, I also want to maybe create 2 or 3 more buttons. So let's do that. Cells.append create button cells, and this one is IC system. It's just the name of this icon. You want to create your own icons, then import that icons into the Excel set and then create that. Okay, cells.append, and here we have, this is the IC place. Okay, next, here comes the fun part. We want to create the frame of the floating button so we can tell what is the position and what is the size of that floating button. So I will do let floating frame equals CG right, and the X is self.view.frame.width. Okay, and we will minus some of the thing. We will minus 56 because the size of the, what is that? Okay, so this is self.view.width, cell.view.frame.width. Okay, the width of the whole view, and we'll minus 56 because 56 is the width of the button. Okay, and we also want to minus 16 because this is the 16. Okay, the distance between the edge. Okay, the edge of the button, and the Y position we were going to use cell.view.frame.height, and we want to minus 56 also, and also minus 16 because we have the bottom space. The width in this case is just 56 and height is 56. Okay, and next is we have the button bottom right button, or we can just do floating button equals create button. Okay, and floating frame style is dot up. Okay, why is that? This is a new function that we're going to create because I don't want to like collapse all of the cells, all of the methods in one method. So let's do that. Private func create button. And for that one, we're going to use frame, and the frame is CG right. Okay, this frame is a CG right, and then we have the style, which is liquid floating button, floating action button. No, floating button animate style. Okay, liquid floating action buttons animate style, and we're going to return a liquid floating action button. Like that. Okay. In here, first we're going to create that button, and then we will configure some of the properties of that button. Let floating action button equals liquid floating action button, and we'll want to provide a frame, which is this frame, and then how about we return that floating button immediately. Okay, in the between we're going to create the style, the animate style of this dot animate style to be this style that we passed in. In this case, it is sliding up. Okay, the style is sliding up. There's other styles you can see, right, left, down. Okay, everything is already do it for you, so don't have to worry about those animations, those creations of the button. All good to go. Next is floating action button dot data source and delegate. Okay, and what are those? Let's talk about that after this. Okay, dot delegate equals self. Now, if you look at all of those, okay, we tell that library where in the where is this floating button, where is the size of that floating button. So basically we do two things. The third thing we're going to tell that is that what is the data source of that, or in other words, what are the cells of this, what are the other buttons for this one. Okay, it's just like a table view. We have the data source and we have the delegates. Okay, the data source in this one is this cell, so this is the data source. Okay, And the delegate means that whenever we click into one of the buttons, then we got information about that. So let's do that. And I personally prefer to have an extension when we conform to some protocol. So let's do that. Extension of the view controller. And this one is liquid floating action button data source. And another one is extension view controller liquid floating button delegate. Okay, then we're conforming to those protocols. In the liquid floating action button data source, when you click into hold command and click into that, there are only two methods we will need to implement. The first one is number of cells, okay, and the second one is cell for index. Okay, so I will copy and paste so we don't have to type those. All right, so this number of cells is simply return cells.count, and the cell for index in this case is return cell subindex. All good to go. Okay, very simple, just one line of code. Okay, now the delegate in this one is we have another one called liquid action button, liquid floating action button, and we will tell that called did select. Okay, we select that. We have an optional method in this protocol, and it is did select item at index. So I will copy that, paste it right there. So in this case, what we want to do is maybe just print that the button number is this index, okay, that click. All right, so now let's run the project to see how it looks like. All right, here we go, but we don't see that buttons. What is that? Why we don't see those buttons? Well, as it turns out that when we goes back to our project over here, let me cancel this. Okay, you see when we in the create floating buttons, okay, we have that floating buttons by calling this create button, right? But we never add that button to the view. So the view doesn't contain that button yet. This is just a local variable in this method. All right, so what we want to do is add that button to the view. So let's do that. I would do something like this: self.view.add subview, because this is a view, so floating button. Okay, and also we want to do self.floating action button. I want to okay, because this is the floating action button, this is the local one like that. I want to assign that, okay, to make sure that we have a local one equals floating button. Okay, I will tell you why we want this first. So let's run the project again, and here we go. All right, here's our button. Click into that, and boom. Okay, very nicely. Great. Now, when I click into this one, I should see number 0 is click. That click. Next one is number 2, number 1, the index of that, right? But usually when we click into that button, we want to collapse, we want to close all of these buttons, and maybe you want to transition into a different view. So let's do that. Okay, I want to show you how you can close that, and it's very simple. In this extension, in this of the delegate, did select. Okay, the reason why we want to have a local one is that we can refer to that, and we'll close that whenever we click into it. Self.floating action button and close, just like that. And when we run this one once again, okay, click into that, boom, and then it close. Okay, and we have number 1 is click. Okay, very nice. Now there are other things you can do, right? In actually, when you implement this in your own project, you apply those in your own project, you want to click into one button and transition into a different view maybe, okay? And that thing is, I think, very simple to do it. You just have to perform a segue and push it into a different view, and I will leave that for you to do as your code challenge, okay? So that's your code challenge in this one. And I hope that I will see you next time in the next Code Hangout. I hope that you have been enjoying this video tutorial. If you would like to take more iOS courses, please consider to join Developers Academy, and I will roll out a video to show you what is Developers Academy in a second. So I'll see you in the next video. Hey everyone, it's Duc, founder of Developers Academy. In this video, I would love to invite you to Developers Academy monthly. Now, I know that as we start out, we often in time didn't have any experience, didn't have any programming experience. So that's why we seek out to courses or programs out there. But the problem is, those courses and programs, they didn't offer you the whole experience. Maybe they will teach you the core concepts, but after that, if you want to be real-world apps, after that you want to learn more advanced technologies and skills in iOS, then you are left alone. I think that there's a better way for you to doing this. There's a better experience for you to learn, to cut your learning curve so that you jump ahead. Now, before doing that, I want to introduce you to the successful mindset at Developers Academy that we teach our students. I want you to commit to learning. I know that as you're here, you're so committed to learn, and I honor you for doing that. So that's why I want to give you the best strategic curriculum ever. Period. This will be the best learning experience for you. You will be real world apps that are so beautiful and very smartly implemented. And I want you to consistently learn. I want to give you consistent education every month, every week. And as new technologies roll out, as new concepts and new ideas in iOS roll out, I want to teach you that. And best of all, I think the best thing is that you'll be able to access to mentor, to someone who already knows doing this, or who already have some experience in iOS, that teach you, that give you advices, that when you are stuck, that you will have me as your mentor to help you to get out of stuck. So now, our program, you will be able to access when you enroll in Developers Academy monthly beneath here. You'll be able to access all of our courses. You will be able to be real-world apps with real-world tutorials, step-by-step video tutorials. We have hundreds of those, and as each month we'll roll out new courses for you. Now, even if you don't have any experience or you already have some, we have courses for you. If you don't have experience, we'll teach you how to program in Swift, and then we'll build some simple apps and we'll move on to more advanced ones. If you already have some experience, we have core concepts, things like table view, collection view, animation. If you want to build social networking apps, we have courses for you. If you want to build stuff that fetch data from APIs, parsing JSON, downloading data from internet, we have courses for you. But the best of all is that these apps are real-world apps. These apps are carefully designed and brilliantly implemented. We want you to build beautiful apps and smartly implemented apps. Write beautiful code. And now, these courses are always up to date. We will roll out new courses every month for you. And as iOS is updated every year and every quarter, even right now, then we will update our courses for you so that you have the most up-to-date technology, the most up-to-date skills and knowledge out there, so that you can build most up-to-date apps. How cool is that, right? You can access to all of our courses and tutorials everywhere, anytime, whether it's on your iPhone, iPad, or on your MacBook, whatever you want, whenever you want to learn. Those courses are there for you. Right now we have 16 courses, and next month and every month we'll roll out new courses for you. You can access all current courses and future courses as you are a subscriber. Now, these courses will be rolled out every month for you, and this is, I think, the best way, the fastest way for you to jump the learning curve to take you from here to here. you see that we even have more courses for you than I can even fit on this screen, and every week, every month, I will roll out new courses for you so that you can update new knowledge and new skills. But anytime, at any point in time that you didn't find that you learned the most, that you didn't find satisfied with what you learned, then you can cancel anytime. No harm, no foul, no risk here. I just want to bring you the best, the most affordable, and the best experience in learning iOS development. Now, with these courses, we offer to teach you the whole catalog of our courses, but often these courses are offered at $200 or even more each course. But I think that a better way for you to learn, there's a better and more affordable way for you to learn, to continue this journey, to consistently learn new skills. So I don't think that $200 each course is the best way for you to do this. I think that there's a better way. I think that there's a more affordable education for you, because I want you to commit to learning. I want you to continue consistently learn new things. I want you to be able to access to mentors. I want you to be able to learn the best knowledge and skills in a very strategic curriculum. So that's why when you enroll in Developers Academy online monthly today, it's just $27 a month. Just $27 a month. $27 a month, and you can access to all of our courses. You can access to all of these current courses and future courses. And again, we will roll out new courses for you every month, every week, and you can access me as your mentor. But before you click the button right down below, can I do one more thing for you? And actually, two more things. Can I give you some bonuses? First, I want to give you access to our private Facebook group. Here we have been building a community of students, very committed learners just like you. So this is the best chance for you to partner with other students, with other developers, so that you guys can partner together, build the best apps out there. And this really is priceless. There's no better place for you to partner with someone with the same mindset just like you and have success together. So I want to give you access to our private Facebook group, and this is really priceless to me. But again, I want you to be able to access to me as your mentor, to ask me anything. So that's why, as you are a subscriber, I will want you to ask me any question forum. And this one, usually we charge our students $5,000 a year to access to me, to learn new things and to ask any questions. But because this has to be the best learning experience for you, so I want you to be able to access to me anytime, to ask me any questions. So click the button right down below, and I see you over the other side. This is your time. This is the time you decide to learn the best technologies, learn the best skills, build the best apps. This is the time for you to commit to learning and know that you are so committed to learning. So this is the time for you to have the best learning experience, to be able to build real-world apps that are beautifully designed and implemented brilliantly. So click the button right down below, enrolling in Developers Academy monthly today, and I see you over the other side.